Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at two iconic professional dive watches, or maybe infamous is a better word. On the left, we have a Seiko Tuna, and on the right, we have the Citizen Eco-Zilla. That's what these are called, but the actual model names for this one here is the Seiko Prospex Marine Master Professional 300 meter dive watch. This one in particular is the PADI version, limited to 700. And actually, this is now the previous version of the Seiko Tuna. They now have a new model, a titanium and a stainless steel. This one here is stainless steel. So let's look at the Citizen now. The Citizen model number is the BJ8050, and it's called the Eco Dive Promaster. And you can see that they're both rated to 300 meter. This one is professional divers 300 meter here, and the other one has it on the dial. Let's zoom in and check out this dial up close. So there you can see 300 meter as well. Professional divers. Has a nice pop of orange on the minute hand there. You can see both movements are ticking away, so neither of them are automatic movements. The Tuna, the Seiko Tuna, is the 7C46 quartz movement, and the Citizen has the B873 Eco Drive movement. The Citizen is solar powered. The battery on the Seiko here is supposed to last 5 years. So neither of these have sapphire crystal. The Seiko has a double domed double dome hardlex crystal. I'm so used to saying double dome sapphire. And the Citizen has a mineral crystal with AR coating. It is pretty good AR coating. It almost looks like you can reach through and touch the handset in there. I do not believe the Tuna has AR. You can see the lights all around. The dome crystal really is not good for that either. It picks up all the light. With a flat crystal, you don't really need AR coating with a flat crystal. So the Citizen makes the Tuna look small, but both of these are quite large watches. Let me bring over my Seiko SKX for size reference. The Seiko is 42 millimeter diameter. So the Tuna doesn't look all that much larger. Kind of an optical illusion with the way the bezel is set inside of the outer protective ring here, the shroud. And then here's the SKX versus the Citizen. This Citizen Eco-Zilla is just gigantic, which is why it's nicknamed the Eco-Zilla. All right, let's set this off to the side. So the case diameter on the Seiko is 47.7, and the case diameter on the Citizen is 48.3. So this difference of less than a millimeter, but the Citizen just looks much larger. I would say that's because the metal ring on the outside appears to be much thicker, and then the bezel is a lot wider and the dial is so much smaller. It's interesting how far down the dial is from the crystal. The Tuna is not quite the same depth there. So lug to lug on the Seiko is smaller than the diameter. Lug to lug on this is 44.3, and the Citizen doesn't really have a lug to lug. The rubber strap is kind of integrated into the case here. You need to remove this ring to get to the straps. And then since we're in this view here, you can see there's quite a bit of difference to the thickness. The Tuna is already quite thick at 15.3 millimeter. And the Citizen is even more thick, believe it or not, at 18.3 millimeter. This is the thickest watch I have in my collection by far. This Eco-Zilla is a beast, both in size, dimensions, and weight. The Eco-Zilla weighs in at 177 grams, and that's on a rubber strap, so it's very, very top heavy. And the Tuna is 124 grams. 22 millimeter lug width on this. You can change out the strap easy enough. It has drilled lug holes here. So very simple to change out the straps. You can go to with any metal bracelet with straight end links, and it integrates nicely with this because it tucks underneath the shroud. So it gives it a nice seamless look. In the current configuration, it's really not possible to change the straps. I have seen lug adapters. It's a metal piece that incorporates in here, and then you can put different straps on there. So this strap here starts out at 32 millimeter and tapers down to 20. This watch is actually very comfortable on wrist. You can definitely feel it on wrist, but it's not uncomfortable. And the Tuna I've not worn that much, but it fits very well on wrist as well. Both 316L stainless steel. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the Tuna has Diashield coating, which is Seiko's proprietary scratch-resistant coating. So let me know which one of these you like better. I really like the pop of orange on this one. Seiko has a 4 o'clock crown, and Citizen has a 9 o'clock crown. This is the only watch I have with a 9 o'clock crown like this. You would see that more for like a left-handed watch, but well, I guess you can wear this on either hand you want. So let's check out the bezel action. This bezel is really not that easy to turn. I mean, once you get your fingers in here, it's okay, but you're not going to grab it from the outside, so that's probably a good thing. You're not going to accidentally bump this and change your elapsed time for diving. So nice solid bezel action. This is a 60 click bezel. No issues using that. And this one is 120 click. It is protected by the shroud, but it's very nice and easy to turn. Really looking forward to comparing the lume on these two. I have seen the lume separately from each other, but not compared against each other. They both have very good lume on their own. Oops, went past it. Need to fix that. So I have worn the Citizen more than this one. Not because I like one more than the other, because this is a limited edition, and I'm really afraid of scratching it and messing it up. You know, 1 of 700, so it's pretty rare. And again, they're both rated to 300 meter water rating, depth resistance. So anyway, let's get these on wrist, and then we'll go into the lume shot. Let's start with the big one first. Well, they're both big watches, but this one definitely is the largest watch in my collection. Oh, yeah, I did not mention price. You know, if you want a watch, you will save up and pay for it, I suppose, but like all things in life, I like to compare prices to each other and make the best business case. I don't need either of these watches, but anyway, the Citizen, the MSRP on this is, I think, $495, but I have seen this watch on Joma Shop for $269. This watch new was 125,000 yen, which is about 1,200 US dollars. The other two Tunas the SBBN 033 and the 031 were a little bit less expensive than this. This one is the SBBN 039. So I've seen a few of these on the used market. There's actually one on eBay right now for $2,500. It seems really high, but anyway, let's get back into the wrist shot. So as you can see on my 6.5-inch wrist, this thing's just gigantic, but you know, it puts a smile on my face. I enjoy wearing this watch. I have worn it quite a bit, especially in the summertime. Just seems like a great summer weekend watch to me, but it's really, really thick. It's laughably thick. I have a tuna here. Turtle. This is about 14 millimeter thick. So I'll take this off wrist and show you. Let me zoom out first, and then we'll take a look at this other watch side by side. So even from this perspective, it just looks gigantic. But that is I think the point of this watch. I can definitely see this being used in a professional diving fashion. It has a metal keeper, and there's a little nub here on the silicone urethane strap, that the keeper kind of latches into there. And then the tip of the strap kind of blossoms out as well, so it stays inside the keeper. Let me see if I can show that to you. Right here you can see how it kind of bulges out in this direction, and also on this side shot here you can see where it bulges out. So let me show you this compared to the Turtle, which is a little more common size watch. This is actually a little bit larger too. This is 44 millimeter. And then looking at the thickness of this one, you see the difference right there. 14 versus 18.3. Difference of 4 millimeter, which could be the thickness of a dress watch, or a really thin dress watch. But anyway. All right, let's get the Tuna on wrist. Such a joy having this watch in the collection. The strap feels very, very nice and soft and supple. But like I said, I'm not wearing it that much. So it looks a lot more realistic of a size for a watch. But again, this thing is really quite large with the diameter, but lug to lug is small. So if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment below. If you haven't experienced the Eco-Zilla, I would recommend picking one up. See if you can find one used. If you want to spend more, pick up a Tuna. I haven't looked at the prices of this one. Well, I did look at the price of this, but not the other, the standard colorway, as they have moved on to a newer version now. Different handset, same movement. They have sapphire now, though. Anyway, I'm rambling. All right, let's zoom out. And while we're looking at it zoomed out here, one other thing I want to mention is the crown size on the Eco-Zilla is 6.4. Crown size on the Tuna is 6.8. But this is a smaller crown, which would make it less easy to use. But these crown guards are really tight on here, so this crown is not that easy to get at. This one is very easy to get at and adjust. So here we go. Little wrist roll here. All right, let me pause the video and we can take a look at the lume and see which one is brighter. All right, so on the left we have the Citizen Eco-Zilla, and on the right, the Seiko Tuna. The Citizen won't lay flat on the table, so hopefully I can hold these steady enough by hand. So which one is brighter? I would have to give it to the Tuna, but the lume is very good on both of these. I don't think you can complain about the loom on either of these, really. Loom pip is a little off on the Citizen, but definitely good loom on both of these. Some of my other Citizen watches don't have such a great loom, but this Eco-Zilla is definitely has good loom. So as always, thank you for watching. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'll let this run maybe 20-30 more seconds, but I don't see the loom really dissipating in that amount of time. Definitely recommend maybe picking up one of these used and experiencing it for yourself. Can't go wrong with either of these.